Greetings, everybody. This is Andrew. No, I haven't put up an actual vlog episode in a while. So, as an apology to my 3 subscribers and anyone else that happens along, I am going to cover the holy grail of vlog posts for a Star Wars fan right now. That's right, Star Wars. Especially The Force Awakens. But I'm also going to cover what little bit there is so far about Rogue One and the Han Solo movie. Now, I want to warn you guys up front that this is a true lifelong Star Wars fan making this video for other Star Wars fans. I mean, obviously, if you don't know Star Wars, if you don't love Star Wars, you might still be interested in seeing the new movie, but for the ones that are going to the trouble to try and figure out what's going on in this new one, those are going to be the real fans that already know the series. So the warning is there will be spoilers in this video. Spoilers for the original Star Wars films, spoilers for the prequel trilogy, and conjecture on the new movie that may end up containing spoilers, or it may end up not being accurate. That part remains to be seen, but there are definitely spoilers for the existing films. And I'm going to try messing with the video a little more in the editing software, see if I can dress this up a little bit for you guys. So, let's proceed. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. I was heartbroken when the first trailer first ran in theaters at only a handful of theaters across the country. The closest to me were either Dallas or Kansas City, and neither was convenient for me to get to. So, I didn't get to see the initial trailer in a movie theater. Then they premiered the second trailer, and I wasn't able to go see anything at the time, so it was a while. I ended up watching both trailers on YouTube, and I loved it. Now, there have been a lot of gripes and whatnot about the trailers thus far, and I'll get into that, but I have to say, I went to the movies to see Jurassic World and Terminator Genesis, and I can't remember which one it was, or it might even have been both of them, but I finally got to see the second trailer for The Force Awakens when I went to the movies on the big screen. And as a lifelong Star Wars fan, I have to admit that seeing it on the big screen again, even for just a 2-minute trailer, it moved me so much. It brought tears to my eyes. And when I say I'm a lifelong Star Wars fan, I literally mean it. I was born in 75. In 77, when the original film came out, I wasn't even 2 years old yet. I have no memory of this, but my mother has told me about it many times. She went to go see Star Wars, but she couldn't find a babysitter to look after me, so she ended up having to take me along. Now, apparently I was generally a rather fussy, noisy little kid at that age. But hey, I was a year and a half old, for crying out loud. Cut me some slack here. But apparently, the minute the movie started, I was transfixed. I shut up and did not make a sound through the entire thing. I've been hooked on it ever since. I can literally say that I have been a Star Wars fan longer than I can remember. Now, when I say I'm a lifelong fan, that's what I'm talking about. And as such, I feel that I really, I guess, qualified, I guess is the word I'm looking for, to assess the future of Star Wars. I mean, I'm not the guy that created it. I haven't contributed to it, although, my God, that's one of my dreams. As a writer, I would love nothing more than to write something officially accepted as a part of Star Wars. That's my big dream right there. To write an official Star Wars novel. And, well, I've got a plot. I've done a lot of work on it, but it disappeared from my computer's memory. So I'm going to have to redo it, which is fine actually, because with the new canon and everything, I do need to update a lot of it. So, anyways, I digress. Um, Back to The Force Awakens. Now, I've watched both trailers several times. For a while, I was keeping up with all of the so-called leaked plot points and character information and whatnot. But I decided that I want to go into this movie with nothing to spoil it for me. So, for months now, I have not looked at or followed any of the so-called spoilers that have come out online. Some of the earlier ones may or may not end up being true. Some of them I kind of hope they are. Sound really cool. Some of them are just like, ew. But I'm curious what you guys want to see in Star Wars Episode 7. Now, let's look at what we know. We know that Daisy Ridley's character, Rey, seems to be basically just scraping by from what little we could tell on the trailers. She's living seemingly on her own. Now, the earlier leaks said that she lives with Max von Sydow's character and is helping him in his mission to collect artifacts of the Jedi and the Sith. Now, whether this is true or not, we don't know. We have seen Darth Vader's helmet, well, what's left of Darth Vader's helmet, on the second teaser trailer, and we saw what looks like Luke's original lightsaber that is Anakin's lightsaber that was retrieved by Obi-Wan at the end of Revenge of the Sith, and is now being given to someone who we might presume from the context is Leia. Both of these items were left behind by the main cast in the original films. Luke's hand was cut off in Cloud City on Bespin and fell into the depths of the city, never to be seen again. Now, it's possible that someone could have retrieved it, but to what end? I mean, for someone to have bothered to retrieve it at that time, they would basically have had to know what was going to come. That Luke Skywalker would end up being the one who saved the galaxy, basically. And that his lightsaber, which was previously his father's, would be of some significance. Now, Luke had already destroyed the initial Death Star at this point, so, I mean, granted, he would, in certain circles, have been a celebrity already, but he had yet to restore the Jedi Order or train anyone else. Hell, he hadn't even finished his own training yet at that point. So he, at that point, was basically a farm boy from Tatooine that had a lucky shot on the Death Star. So why would someone have bothered then to retrieve and keep his lightsaber? Now, in light of later events, yes, he is the embodiment of the rebirth of the Jedi Order. That's something significant. But at that point, how hard would it be to go find his hand with that lightsaber? I mean, dude, it fell down apparently a bottomless pit in the depths of Cloud City. Quite possibly out of Cloud City, lost in the swirls of Tibanna gas on the gas giant Bespin. So, I mean, I guess in theory there could be scanners and whatnot that could sense the technology of the lightsaber, look for that one metal object among all of that stray gas and whatnot. But think about it. That lightsaber is lightsaber hilt's about like that, I think. Yay big around. Maybe a little bigger than that. I don't know. But still, looking for that in the core of a gas giant planet. Yeah. gotta have some pretty damn good sensors to find that. But now Darth Vader's helmet, on the other hand, that would already have been a significant item. I mean, even for someone that did not know he was previously Anakin Skywalker, even for someone that did not know he, in the end, returned to the light, slayed the Emperor, and saved his son. Even for someone that did not know his entire story, Darth Vader was the face of the Empire for so long that he was a prominent figure, and because of that, his helmet would have been a significant artifact. But the remnant of the Empire obviously is not going to publicize their defeat at Endor. So that means that anyone who would have retrieved it had to have been on the rebel side of things, or at least gotten their information from the rebel side of things. And the rebels, Darth Vader was pretty much the bane of their existence throughout the entire original trilogy. So why would any of them want Darth Vader's helmet? I mean, seriously. Except maybe as like a trophy or something, but still, Luke just wouldn't have stood for that. I mean, his father returned to the light at the end, and for someone to keep this relic that would be a constant reminder of his father's years on the dark side, just no. So it had to have been done without Luke's knowledge that someone retrieved this. He would have wanted his father to rest in peace. So, but that wouldn't have been as hard to find as Luke's lightsaber. I mean, Vader's funeral pyre was on Endor, on the forest moon of Endor. It did not fall into a bottomless pit. It did not get sucked out into oblivion, dropped in the middle of a gas giant planet, or any of that. It was just there. So it would not have been that hard to retrieve. Okay guys, this is already up to almost 20 minutes, so I'm going to cut it here, and I will continue in a second video. This is probably going to end up being at least 3 videos, because it ended up taking a lot longer than I thought it would. I guess I just have so much to say on Star Wars. Gotta love it. So I am gonna wrap this one up, and you guys can continue on to the next video if you want, or you can come back to it later as is convenient for you. I'm all about my watchers. So in the meantime, y'all take it easy, and thanks for watching.